metal, people were still singing about witches and goblins and sorcerers and things like that, which had nothing to do with anything. And all of these hardcore bands were coming up singing about reality.
Hardcore was right there. It was right in front of you, you know? I could be part of it.
It was music by people like me. If you could play and you had some enthusiasm, you would write songs and people would come see your band and sing along.
It was like the most powerful, angry stuff that we could find. It gave you chills.
I'm not the greatest drummer in the world. Pete's not the greatest guitar player. Craig's not the greatest bass player. Lou doesn't really sing melodies. We get by on what we know. If we really can make the music speak in an emotional way, then I think we're doing the right thing.
Oh, I slipped right in the beginning.
Yeah.
First song.
I think that there's a lot of bands right now that are doing kind of a similar style to Sigvidal, but you know, they wrote the book. These guys that were there when the starting pistol went off.
I know the first time I seen him, I was like, yo, that's the new shit.
Probably the hardest working hardcore band in America, I would say. And that's, I'm not, you know, can I cuss on this thing? Yeah. I'm not just sucking his dick and blowing smoke up his ass. I really think that way.
They just pulled together. They kept it alive, even through the dark days, because there were times when like it really like it was all slipping away around here. And they were a real keep the faith type band.
They got that flame inside them that makes them want to keep going and still making records and still touring.
You know, like that movie Quest for Fire, like they got this fire and they just like have been holding on to the same flame for like however long it's been, and it's like blows my mind they're still together.
It's gotta be hard to stay fucking mad for that long and like pissed off that long, so I gotta give them credit. I've mellowed, I'm not that mad anymore.
There are so many bands that are so afraid of touring with them because they don't want to play after Sick of It All. It freaks them out. They don't want to play after that much energy and that much intensity.
As long as I've known them, I've never seen them compromise to write songs that will fit into, you know, well, if we write this song, then MTV will play it. If we write this song, you know, the radio will play it. So musically, they've always just been these four guys who write really aggressive music that makes them happy.
Four guys, like knucklehead guys that I know that from like Queens, like me, and like they're still playing, they're still popular.
Down!
all grew up together, stayed in the same neighborhood. We used to hang around this neighborhood all the time. In those days, like, my parents would go away for like a week or two in the summertime, and all these guys would come down, and we had the drums set up in the basement and all the equipment set up, and we would just play all day long, just make songs up. And so, you know, from there, me and Pete said, we want to really form a band. This guy and his wife were having a fight, and he threw her out on the fire escape. I guess she was cheating on him, and he threw her out on the fire escape completely naked. And he would turn on the lights in the apartment and say, "Look, everybody can see what a whore you are." And we were 16 years old. We're like, oh my God, a live naked woman, you know? I was always skinny my whole life. You know? Not like the buff guy I am now. Like I said, you never fit in. People would make comments, and it just made me hate everybody. Like, I know kids who, like, when they got teased about being, say, skinny or fat, they would go to the gym and work out like crazy. Not me. It just made me move more away from, I guess, what you would call society. I just didn't want to be down with the Guidos in my neighborhood. I didn't want to go to the gym and work out with the Guidos, you know. In the beginning, you didn't have to look a certain way. You didn't have to dress or talk, or, you know, I could go there looking like, you know, the normal kid from Queens, and I'd be standing next to people with, you know, 3-foot-high mohawks, and they didn't give a shit.
Oh, good.
Oh, great. Right in the photo shoot.
I'll get rid of that. Get alleyway.
Oh. This is the famous alleyway. It's it was on the cover of our first 7-inch. We took the photo here because this is where we grew up. We would just come here, we'd have a radio, we'd be playing, you know, things like punk rock, heavy metal, whatever, just hanging out, getting drunk. It was like me, Pete, Armand would come down sometimes, and a whole bunch of our other friends. It's just where we grew up. When we would go to shows, like when they would dedicate songs to people, they'd be like, oh, this goes out to so-and-so and so-and-so. But then they started, like, instead of saying everybody's name individually, they would give you names. Like, they had the Lower East Side crew, and they had, you know, the youth crew and stuff like that. And we were known as the alleyway crew because we hung out here.
You would go to a show, and it'd be like, look who you're with. And instead of naming everybody, we're like, well, the guys that hang out the alleyway. And people who didn't know who hung out the alleyway, you'd have to explain it to. But then after a while, it was like we started going by alleyway crew, and it was just like guys that you knew. It wasn't like a gang, it wasn't like a club. It was just like that's where we hung out.
You know, everyone's gotten these alleyway tattoos and like, yo, alleyway, and there'd be these like peripheral guys. Like I would see like, you know, 10 years after the fact, and I'm sure like now, still to this day, I'm like, yeah, you know, in Germany, like alleyway crew. You know what I mean? It's just like a fence with a school next to it, and you know, just thinking how like cool and but ordinary it was, like just guys like hanging out, you know, some people like drinking beers and like smoking cigarettes and like a couple of chicks and stuff like that, this real mellow thing.
Around 84, 85, we were going to a lot of hardcore shows, seeing Armand and Craig in bands like Straight Ahead and Rest in Pieces.
We went down to Seabees and we saw all these people who were like us. We had a place to belong because like we came from Queens, and Queens was just like a bunch of fucking like Guido like dicks that were like, if you didn't look like them, then you were a fucking freak.
To be a punk in Queens was not like, you know, fun. You know what I mean? It was like you would get like fucking harassed every day, like you know, beat up.
You had shaved head, or mohawk, whatever, tattoos. You were just like, you know, basically out of touch with society. You had your own little thing where you met up every Sunday afternoon and then, you know, waited the rest of the week to meet up with them again.
And every Sunday we had a place to go where you weren't an outcast. It's where you were, everyone else were, you know, they were the outsiders and they were the people that looked different. And that's what definitely drew me to it.
I believe it was March 16th of 1986 at the Right Track Inn in Freeport, Long Island. Sick of It All played that first show. Yes. Pretty bad, but it was pretty good too.
Yeah, we really kind of sucked.
I can say this much for them: when the first time they played, they didn't suck.
And like I remember them playing Push Too Far and G.I. Joe Head Stomp. Those ones really stuck out to me because like Push This Too Far is just like so amazing. It's just so like, push this too far, gotta fight back. Push it too far, our turn to attack. It's so like kind of retarded in a way that it's amazing.
First bass player pre-Craig days from 85 to about 93. Some of the best times of my life. The touring was the best. Touring and writing with those guys was the best at that time, you know. And just going on the road, of course, seeing different places. They, you know, being in the band gave me the total opportunity to travel like that. It was a great time. I look back on and I miss all the touring and like messing around with those guys, you know, like just doing all the sketches and stuff.
I've been seeing you a long time.
Why, Rich, you've changed.
Have I? So have you.
Have I? Why, Rich, you've changed too.
Yes. And so have you.
What are you talking about? It is obviously you that is the one that has changed.
Have I? So have you again.
Have I?
Yes.
Yes.
Craig played bass in my first almost band, which was Smegma. I was the one that recommended him.
Oh yeah?
But I was only the obvious choice. He was the best bass player around. When I told him, I was like, you know you're gonna get Craig anyway, so you might as well give him a call now.
Hey everybody, for those who haven't heard, Richie left for good this time. Wish him luck in his life. But right now we got Craig from the Agnostic Front joined us.
Maybe I won some more money. See that?
Pete is really, Pete is more of the quiet guy, and he's the one that I think most people are really intimidated by. I think a lot of people, when they first meet him, don't really, know what to make of him, but he's actually really introspective. He's really level-headed. He stands by his beliefs really strong, and he doesn't waver.
Oh, puppy. Virginia.
Want to see if I won $1 million?
Yeah,
That's great, huh? Look, it's such an official thing.
I can't see a life without traveling, a life without being on stage and meeting new people and like going to new places, you know, and bringing hardcore to people who love it in every corner of the earth, you know. That's what keeps me going, definitely.
He's like the most laid back out of all.
Yeah, it's real laid back.
Except when he's on stage.
Yeah.
You think his legs are gonna snap off because he's stomping so hard.
His lid.
Yeah.
Putting holes in the stage.
This is Armand, and one of our biggest fans in Germany. She's a really nice girl. She writes us poetry all the time. This is Lou, at my wedding. This is my back, but it's at some festival. There's like tons of people. This is Fanny's grandparents, who I haven't met yet. This is me, Lou, and Joe Strummer, Sporty Spice. The guys in Rancid.
1993, Rancid was on our very first tour. One of the shows that we played was with Sick of It All. It's the first time that we ever actually met those guys. Been big fans of them. And I had this long, charged, blonde hair, and it was fucking, you know, it was like October or some shit, so it was wilting down. I felt like fucking Barry Manilow or some shit with this fucking blonde, weeping hair. So in my bag of tricks, I got my hairspray and my fucking blow dryer. So I go upstairs to do my hair back up, right? And as I get up there, all of a sudden, like everybody's like, ah, and then as soon as I walk up, it's like, ah. It's total dead silence. I'm like, fuck, right? And I got these set lists on the back of these Ramones flyers that I'd already had written down with set lists. So I decided I wasn't gonna punk out, right? So I go up to the table and I started acting like I was redoing the set lists that were already written out. As we got to know Sick of It All, I go, you know, hey, remember that one time when I walked up the stairs at City Gardens? You guys probably wouldn't have clown me, would you, if I started putting my hair? And they're like, Pete's like, yeah, we would have clowned you.
There's a little awkward pause right in there that I really don't know what to do about right now.
He's just something more like on the ball about Armand, you know, like he's married, he has children, you know what I mean? That says a lot about him, I think.
Every single Sick of It All record has had me or Craig or Lou sitting around like scrambling to write lyrics at the last second for a song that we just have music for. You know, it's like this is typical bullshit that we have to deal with, but sometimes we end up with like really good lyrics because of it, because our backs are up against the wall and we have to come out with, you know, like the pressure is on, so we have to come up with something, and sometimes it actually ends up being, you know, really on target. And I think to myself, and I wonder if we did have months and months and months to like think about it and change things around, I wonder if it would even be as natural and on target as it was if we weren't like under that much pressure. I don't know how they play that part. There's some old tour passes. That's when we toured with the Misfits in '97. I like to keep all the laminates that we collect. Just, I mean, because I don't really keep anything else.
Armand is actually such a he has got like the most amazing, witty sense of humor.
Eight years of roadieing for him, and Armand was the one guy's like, oh my God, you know, I just want to be as far away from Armand sometimes as possible.
Tell me what you doing, man?
Cruising.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's this? Tim, you got caught out there, man. Oh, there's video proof, everybody. There you go.
Amazing drummer, big fucking gorilla.
Denying having patience in the thought. Passion, no passion, no passion. That's the problem. The falling apart. Friendship will transcend the borders while they're shaking back.
I think for me the most entertaining part about that tour was the verbal abuse that Armand and Craig would interchange back and forth upon one another. Those two like bond on a lot of jokes, but at the same time they're real mean to each other as well, you know.
Yes, that's right. Craig's a dick.
Yes, that's right.
I thought you guys were friends.
No.
Used to be. He used to be my boy, and he stabbed me in the back.
You blew that shit out.
Yeah, blew it out. That's the only way I'm gonna get it across.
Blew it out of your ass.
The only way I'm gonna get it across where it makes enough sense where you can like. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to do anything with it. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, "The fuck do I do with this shit?"
Whatever blows the shit out of your ass, you know.
How bad was my pitch?
Craig, I love him and Armand's concepts together. That they come up with stuff. It's usually like just a constant battle between them, with fucking with each other. But they come up with really great ideas.
Green whiskey on that bread. Baby, let it feel my bed. Slap a fork and a grease. Could have been a worthy drafting reason.
Sometimes during school hours, they'll chase you away because they think you're like, you know, with the kids. They don't want like adults, but hey, I just come here to stay in shape, that's all.
One time Craig looked at a kid and said, man, he looks like he could drink a lot of warm milk in a school cafeteria. And that's basically the way Craig sees things, the world through the eyes of Craig.
Craig's good people, man, and I back Craig. I back his mom too, because his mom comes out to all the shows. She's very supportive.
There was a specific time in the early 90s where I wanted to become a chef, and it was just that I was a little burned out, you know. It was right after Agnostic Front, and right when I first started playing with Sick With All, I was tired. I'd been on the road a lot, and I was worn down, and I really didn't have any money. But then when I got in the van with these guys and we started telling jokes and playing shows, and next thing you know, like, everybody's hanging around, and I just started having fun again. And I thought to myself, who wants to slave over a hot stove when you can be doing this, you know? We bust up our hot chili peppers, drop them in. Now, as soon as your eyes start burning, you know it's done. Because it's kind of like getting sprayed with pepper spray a little bit. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a mild dose of pepper spray. There we go. Dump in our pasta. Turn it over once or twice. If I have a place to live and I have some pasta in my belly, I'm fine. You know, I don't really need much. You know, I was raised poor and I'm not used to luxury, so well, what makes me feel good is satisfaction that I'm able to do what makes me happy, you know, and make other people happy. So I'm happy. Come here, jackass. Come here. Come here. Turn around. Let me see your butt. See your butt. Here I am cleaning my dog's ass.
Lou's probably the loudest guy in Sick of It All.
Lou is just a total teddy bear.
Lou's an angry old man at the age of however old he is. No, same. You just good time, just laugh, joke around. I think he aspires to be a janitor somewhere in Queens.
That's what Lou always says. When this doesn't work out, he's just going to go become a janitor. But I can't picture that.
Oh, Lou would have me like backstage sometimes. He would have me undo his rat tail and have me comb it for him and put conditioner in it. Then he'd have me braid it for him and stuff for stage. And sometimes I wanted to put like a roach clip on it once, but he wasn't really feeling it. But he said I could beat it up with some Rasta beads at one point because we both listened to Bob Marley a lot. But he'd like me to take his thing and like twirl it for him sometimes. And then he cut it off.
Me and Lou would sit around and talk about like Japanimation and toys and you know, we always spend a lot of time doing that.
I live in Queens, but I'm still into stuff that I was when I was like a teenager, like comic books and skateboarding, and I have a 7-year-old son who, you know, we go skating together. I gotta find, I gotta get my pen. This is how I write a lot of the lyrics. I get a demo of, or just usually just we tape off a radio in the studio of the rehearsals, so I get an idea of the flow, the rhythm, and all that stuff. And then I come out here and I sit and listen to the tape and rewind it and go back and forth about ideas for songs or lyrics. Sometimes I already have lyrics written and I try to make it fit the song, but to me, the words have to fit the mood of the music. Like I can have a song that's like some angry lyrics, and then the next thing you know, it's like the music's more lighthearted, or at least in my opinion, or the opposite way, you know? So a lot of the time I end up writing stuff before we record or before we even start writing music, and I don't even use it. So I have like, you know, like I said, right now I have about 3 or 4 songs that are just not being used. Bear! Get over here. Sorry. Sit down, dummy. Chew your stick. That's good. Lay down. There you go. When Craig joined the band, it became more of a process of all 4 of us being heavily involved in it. Like Armand will come in with a full song, but we all have our opinions and we change things and all that. Or we all sit down and write songs together, which I think is the most pain in the ass process and the most painstaking and the longest, but the songs come out way better.
Hey, 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 da-da-da, hey, 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 da-da-da. And then when the riff comes in, bo-do-do-do-do, just have it go,
Why
hey,
don't
hey.
you just have a call and response thing right there? With the, what is it going to be? Is it no apologies? Is that the...
No, just different words. But I have like lines, and maybe it should just be something that's repeated. That's why I want to talk to you guys about the ending, because like I can write the ending, and I have written the ending 3 times, but none of them are good enough.
Because, well, what...
It should be like bam, wah. It should be like an accent thing more than a like bam, wah.
It should only happen once. It should happen on the second time. Both times. The biggest, most important thing that's kept Sick of It All a band for as many years as we've been around is the fact that before we were professional musicians, we were just friends doing it as a hobby. When you do have that situation where you have like a you know, just like a difference in opinion, sometimes it's really worthwhile to work it out and to give an inch when an inch is asked of you.
With the nails driven into the cross, driven in as reminders that their self-destructive system can only violate the world.
Yeah, you always say can only.
That's why I stopped saying it like that, because when I say can only, people go, you're saying can only again.
Well, it's just that you stretch it out in a weird way. Like you come in a little too soon with it, and then you stretch out can only. You know, be like the self-destructive system can only violate the world.
I always feel awkward when I'm trying to end with you and I'm always putting everything. I feel like I'm rushing again.
Let me see where we are. This America?
Yeah. I'm gonna pee. You can listen to something else if you want. I gotta pee.
Yeah, anything that you want to hear.
After once and for all, right there.
Oh, right.
There we go.
How could they do this? How could they do this? How could they do this to me?
These guys do a lot of talking, I know that. Nah, they're just trying to learn the lyrical flow, stuff like that. Trying to put together some new verses for some of the songs and stuff like that. It's a lot of talking. I've been standing here, ate a sandwich, drank some coffee. I'm waiting.
Right? Now you know how I feel when you guys work on music. And I sit here for 4 hours.
here because it's really good food. Let's say, like, everyone's always like, oh, Pete, you never hang out. You don't go to Niagara, the cool downtown bar. You don't hang out. It's like, my life is going to clubs, and, they say, oh, you're so boring and this and that. Well, when was the last time they were in Iceland? When was the last time they were in New Zealand? When did they ever go to Sao Paulo in Brazil? Never. So my life isn't boring, and I'm, it's like, this is my life, It's a great life. Best part of the day is when you're on stage for the hour. And that's the rest of the time, because I don't want to sound jaded, but we've been to so many cities so many times. It's like, I don't go sightseeing because I've seen it, Yes. As long as the people want to come see us, let's keep doing it. That's why I work out all the time, so I can keep physically doing it. That's actually one of the main reasons everyone exercises and tries to take care of themselves. When I was sitting in high school, hating high school and hating all these people and wishing I could create music or do something like that, like you could only dream of stuff like that, and then you go on stage, you're like, wow, us four guys did it. Like, wow, we're actually playing this.
Yeah! What's up? How you doing? Is everybody ready? Let's go!
The shows in Europe were just insane. They were playing, I think it was Roskilde or something like that, Denmark. It's like a big fucking circus tent, and there must have been 30,000 people. Just fucking waves of people bouncing up and down.
Squirms, turns to me and he's like, come here, and he grabs me by my arm and drags me out like this, grabs me by my elbow, and he goes, look at this shit, it's a long way from Flushing, Queens. I started laughing.
What did I exactly do for them? Drank all that beer that they didn't drink. And just drank anything that wasn't nailed down, hopefully made them laugh.
My children, listen to me. We cannot stand for this fenced-inness no more. For this fenced-inness.
Hello, New York.
I'm a loser.
I'm a loser.
I'm from Jersey.
But my underwear is a fresh pine scent.
Honestly, they started taking me on the road, and I couldn't set up shit. I couldn't do nothing. I was just a freak who got naked and ran around, got crazy.
Take him to bed now. I think he's very tired. We gotta put this kid to sleep. Come on. Be silent.
I became that dude, like the pussy boy, like put my dick between my legs, do all this freaky shit.
Be silent.
That carried a very long time, pussy boy. Even dudes I didn't know from other bands that tried to, what's up, pussy boy? I'm like, what? You know what I mean?
In Europe, and it's 30, 40,000 people, and it's amazing. And then 3 days later, we'll play a show and it's 300 people. But and like in Poland or something, or whatever, no matter what, they're always the same attitude. They're always really hardworking. They're just there to play music and have kids go crazy.
like when you're on stage and you're real tired, it's like, you know, you gotta trick yourself into going past what you can do. But once you get in the ring and fight, it's being on stage is like, no matter how tired I am, it's like, I've had it worse, you know what I mean? Like, no matter how bad it gets, it's like, I've been through the fire worse than this. Then again, stage is some of the hottest shit you'll ever deal with, as far as pure heat goes, but mix that with getting hit in the head and being completely out of breath, and you get boxing. This is more hardcore than the hardcore music, I'll tell you that. But it feels good, you know? It's like individual accomplishment, you know what I mean? This type of thing, you don't have to rely on a group of people, you don't have to rely on anybody, you just do your own thing, and it's up to you whether you're successful or you fail. As long as you give a good, solid effort, there's no failure, you know? It's about seeing what you can do. It's like having a brother, like you fight with him, you know what I mean? Like we have arguments sometimes, and sometimes I get like mad at them. I'm like the younger brother who they all tried to pick on, but now I'm grown up and they can't pick on me anymore, so once in a while it gets a little crazy. But at the end of the day, we're all fighting for the same thing.
Lou and Pete, Craig and myself have shared so much history with each other that no matter what kind of setting you put us in, we're always going to feel that camaraderie. We've had so much life experience together that has kind of shaped who we are, that we can't really be torn apart in any way. Like, we understand each other so well that we feel right on stage with each other. I think that's really important for a band.
I don't go to very many hardcore shows anymore because of all the touring we do, but we've had a lot of time off, so come to see Ignite, see what's going on. I think we outlasted everybody else because we found our niche. You know, we weren't like the other bands who came up with us who were like, they were so into it, more vocal about being into it than we were. We just did it because we loved it. We never sat there and said, this is hardcore, this is my life, this is till death. We never did any of that shit. We got up, we played our fucking music, and we got the hell off, you know? and that was it. We loved it. Good. It felt good. We felt great about it. That was our. This was our church. This was our therapy. This was everything.
This is what I am. I can't make it stop. No matter how much I wanna change. This is who I am, and I've made my peace. Let the boredom get set in. I can't make it go away. Progress made for self-discovery might not be progress at all. Making light of all the banality might be the only recourse. Look out, see life goes around you. The routine becomes what you are. Look out, see all the mistakes that you'll make 100 times more. Look out, see life goes around you. The routine becomes what you are. Look out, see all the mistakes you'll be making 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times more. This is what I am. I can't make it stop. No matter how much I wanna change. This is who I am, and I've made my peace. Now the boredom can set in. I can't make it go away. The same old words, the same old voice, the same old absence and my choice. Now you know yourself, now you see just how fucked up your brain is supposed to be.
You ready? You ready? Everybody ready to vote? Hands up who likes Dark Horse Report.
I'll give it like this.
Yeah, you like it.
I'll give it a medium.
You like that
No,
shit.
no, I just don't hate it.
So that's 1 for.
That's 1.5.
2. No,
One
one.
and a half.
No halves. It's either you're for or against or no opinion.
No, because you know what about 1.5?
This is fucking America.
Loses to 2.
There is no half.
All right, short stories for the pricks.
No.
That's 4 no's on that one. Oh, well, Lou.
No.
Okay. How about round 6?
I get that.
Like that.
Yeah, but then you have to have some kind of boxing cover instead of like the.
It could just be an artsy shot of.
How about 4 guys?
being blurry?
Nah, it's
a card with a dragon on it.
How about hi? We're 4 guys.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I just it's like.
Would you just wear like big, flowery shorts on the cover? And be like, hey, we're
Probably sell more records.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like No Apologies. It's pretty good, man. How about Almost Made It? On the fringe.
Could have been.
On the cusp.
How about Last
perennial
Grass?
contender?
Buy this record or else we're all poor.
Well, long way down.
How about
Fringe contender?
Fringe contender. How about just contender? I could have been a contender. I could have been.
All right, we're not giving
I could have been.
any real names, so your fantasy is like.
I could have been.
So yours truly, basically.
No, I think that No Apologies. Or I think it comes
No
down
Apologies has got the same shit going as the Dark Horse.
I think Dark Horse Report, Yours Truly, and No Apologies. And first of all, when you think about Yours Truly, yeah, it means something, but it's pretty good. Yeah,
it means we're 4 guys.
Yeah,
and that's what we do. We make.
Yeah, Yours Truly's good. Dark Horse Report's okay, but it's a little like I don't like the roll of it, the way it rolls off the tongue. And No Apologies is just like glory, glory, cheap glory.
What's the cover gonna be?
Oh yeah. It fits.
All right, so I said yours truly is the name of the record. Yay! Over, finished. And we have the perfect cover concept. Okay.
Backyard, people standing in the way are on the list of people getting paid. Not just the common thug, also those up above. making laws and deciding how the districts run into the ground. Now the choice is up to us between the crooked and corrupt. Who made fewer bloody deals due to less room to evil? Soul turns to evil quick without love or discipline. Poison for the destitute is also with a silver spoon. The rain is coming down, but the drops are dollar signs. And the pockets of the bed, and we can make the rent. Someday, real rain is gonna come. Someday, a real rain is gonna come. Someday, a real rain is gonna come. Someday, a real rain is gonna come and clean up the mess. Locked up, feeling the common dread. Locked up, in our homes and in our head. Intimidation keeps us prisoners at home. A force that's never felt anything stands up against that. The sky will open. This time we will no longer think. Criminal, criminal, criminal. We will no longer think. Criminal, criminal, criminal. And we'll wake up with our spirits purified, purified, purified. Purified, purified, purified. Someday a real rain is gonna come. Someday a real rain is gonna come. Someday a real rain is gonna come. Someday a real rain is gonna come and clean up the mess. Free of the common thread in our homes and in our heads. Free of the crooked ways, woken with our spirits cleansed.